What's up, you guys? Welcome back to WIDEBODY Nation. We're talking Durango deals today. We're talking cash off. We're talking lease deals. We are talking APR, special APR financing. And lastly, we're talking about the very limited supply in the market. So stay tuned to the end of the video. We're going to be talking about actual tenancies on the market. We're going to be looking at inventory and some of the issues you guys may have if you're either trying to order one or trying to pick up a very specific spec, because I was doing my research for this video for you guys, and I did not realize how limited Durango inventory was for some of these trim levels. So with that being said, we are here on the Dodge website. Just Dodge.com, too easy, right? This Durango is conveniently displayed for us. We're going to go up to shopping tools, over to view incentives and offers. It's going to bring up all of the models Dodge offers, all 5 of them, believe it or not. Dodge still has 5 vehicles. We're going to do the 2021 Durango first because it is the more populated model year on the lot now. Obviously, they still have 2020s that are floating around out there, but they are, few and far between at this point, depending on your dealer, of course. Now, we are going to go ahead and go through each one of these. I'll be quick on some, and I'll kind of talk about some of them a little bit more. But important thing to note, guys, important thing to note. Let's take the GT Plus, for example. For the GT Plus, we'll do the RT first because it's a great example. And this is for many car makers: Chevy, Toyota, BMW, Dodge. They break up their incentives in a way where it's usually you can have one, but you can't have the other. Usually, okay? So there's 4 options here, right? You can't say, hey, I want 0% and $3,700 off and this lease bonus cash, right? Like that doesn't make any sense. Or at least that's not how it works, okay? Whether it makes sense or not, it's just not how it works. If you're doing a cash or a finance deal, you can take $3,700 off, or you can get 0% financing for 72 months. If you guys are wondering which one saves you more money, check out this video right here, and that will explain it. Edmunds.com has a great cash off versus APR calculator. Now, a lot of people ask me about lease questions on this channel. SCAT pack wide bodies, HELLCATs, anything. Doesn't really matter. BMWs. If you're talking lease, there's usually 9 times out of 10 and twice on Sundays, there's usually a separate lease incentive. And so you see that right here. This has some hypothetical lease terms, $430 a month for 36 months. Don't pay attention to that. The website is super generic. What it says right here is includes up to $1,750 bonus cash. So if you're leasing, you can get $1,750 off, but if you're, purchasing cash or financing, you can get $3,700 off. Or these ones are less frequent, but you still see these. Or lastly, sometimes they will stack an APR, annual percentage rate, like a 0 APR, and some cash off. So you could take 0% APR for 36 months plus $750 off, or $3,700 off, just $3,700 off, and stick with whatever normal APR you have, or do the promotional financing through Dodge, aka Chrysler Capital, and it's 0%. But you can't choose all of these things, right? Now that we got that out of the way, let's go. SXT, boom, $2,700 off or 0% for 72 months. You also have a combined deal right there. I don't think that is that good of a deal. I just said that like 79 times. $2,700 off for the SXT Plus. No real change there. GT, $2,700 off, 0% for 72. Nice, no change there. GT, now we're bumped up to $3,700 off. Got a little lease deal there, up to $1,750 off. You got same deal and same financing deal. So $3,700 versus $72 is getting more attractive. Up here, I would potentially suggest going 0%, but again, your mileage may vary, your numbers may vary, so make sure you use that calculator on Edmunds.com. It's also on RealWideBodyNation.com should you need that on here. All right, back to it. Now we're getting into the stuff you guys are here for. RT, $3,700 off versus the 0% for 72, or you can take the combo APR for 36, but that's not really that good in my opinion. Or there's this fictitious lease number right here with the $1,750 off bonus cash. Citadel, $3,700, same deal, no change from the RT. SRT, pretty impressive, $3,750 off. Looks like they just have a standardized, Fugazi lease deal right here. But the $3,750 cash off for an SRT, not bad. That's not your full power dollars, not your full $10 per horsepower, but it's It's about $7-8 per horsepower off. So, you know, we appreciate it, Dodge. And finally, the SRT HELLCAT Durango. I mean, you can finance it for 3.33 for 60 months. In my opinion, that is not that attractive of a 60-month financing APR. I would say a couple of credit unions, if you have a great credit score, would be in the twos for 60 months, if not the low twos. That's just my opinion. Obviously, credit score, all the different factors will certainly impact your APR, but that's just not that attractive in my opinion. But it doesn't need to be attractive because Dodge knows they're going to sell these things probably for 10, 20, 50K over sticker because it's so limited production. Now, let's knock out the 2020s real quick. We'll just do the differences, and then we'll jump into the more nitty-gritty market trend stuff that you guys are probably sitting at the edge of your seat for because, I mean, the car industry right now is 90 degrees sideways, but like Dodge specifically, in my opinion, is really hurting, and it's actually getting worse, not better. Like you would think that since we're out of 2020, it would be better, but it's worse. Quick reminder before we jump into the 2020s, we have M1 Finance is still doing $30 for signing up. This app, M1 Finance, allows you to do pies. So you can basically split it up into pies. So if you're going to invest $1,000, it'll put like 200 into Apple, 200 into Tesla, 200 into Dodge, and 400 into Twitter, let's just say. So that's kind of cool. It does the math for you, makes it really easy. So if you have a couple hundred or a couple thousand to invest, boom, you throw it in, it does the math for you, and then you make your money. Other app, Webull, they're down to 2 free stocks. If you guys didn't get to sign up yet, they're only doing 2 free stocks now, valued up to $18.50. They used to do 4 free stocks, so if you want to wait around and see if they do 4 again, I will certainly let you guys know. Now, let's check the 2020s. Boom, this is 2020s right here. Just switch it over to 2020 up there, and then show all offers. The 0% for 72 months is pretty impressive, if I do say so myself. I don't think they had that on the SRT, though. Yeah, they didn't have that on SRT. No, it doesn't surprise me. All right, so for 2020s, let's see where we're at here. 3,700. Okay, so SXT's got an extra 1,000. SXT Plus, extra 1,000 off compared to 2021's. GT, same deal. GT Plus is up to 4,700 and 0%. Pretty attractive there. That lease number up to 4,750 off a lease. You could get into a GT Plus for a pretty aggressive lease deal there, guys. A Citadel, 4,750 off for the lease, or 0% for finance, or 4,700 off cash. RT, 5,350 off. If you guys can find a 2020 RT out there, that's not a bad setup. If I do say so myself, 0%. I mean, this cash off, though, is pretty attractive. I mean, it's only $45,000 car, so that cash off is, I mean, that's like 11-12% off the value of the car, according to the sticker price, at least. Citadel, I see a ton of these on the lot still. I don't know if they're having trouble selling, but 4,700 off versus 0%. Then your other two, you got your 4,750 off for a lease. And then your SRT, 4,750 off, folks. That is pretty good for an SRT. You can find yourself a 2020 SRT versus the 2021. We can go, I mean, they already had, let's see. I'll have to do another video on the 2020 versus the 2021, but not a bad option to get the 2020 SRT with that almost $5,000 off. All right, now, I did not realize how low inventory Dodge is on Durangos for the SRT and SRT HELLCAT. I could not find an actual one on a dealership lot when I was searching. Yes, when you go on cars.com, Car Gurus, whatever it may be, some will pop up with some generic stock photos, but they are not on the lots. I basically followed all these links, and there's no image available. It must be shipping. I don't know, but the lack of inventory for these 2021 Durango SRTs and SRT HELLCATs is very concerning. I would say that it's kind of in line with Dodge's issue. I mean, Dodge has been having massive issues with cranking out HELLCAT level cars, whether it's the SCAT pack, or not the SCAT pack, but whether it's the Charger, HELLCAT, REDEYE, whether it's the super stocks are actually hitting lots. So I'm wondering why the discrepancy there. It must have been that they prioritized the super stock over the 2021 REDEYE wide bodies. But yeah, I mean, you guys are going to be fighting uphill if you're trying to find a 2021 SRT or 2021 SRT Hellcat Durango, because I had a heck of a time. Like, we're on here right now, boom, all miles 2017 to 2021. We'll just jump into, I'll just say V8 motor so that we can just sort for our favorite V8s, right? Let's see. Where did we go for cylinders? There we go. 8-cylinder, and then we will sort high to low. And I'm going to show you guys how little inventory is out there. This is nationwide search, guys. This is nationwide search. We have price highest because obviously it'll have the Hellcats up first if they do exist. These are all dealerships that are just tweaking out. So we have this dealership right here. We have this dealership. These two dealerships, none of these would actually go to the dealership site. So that leads me to believe that they don't actually exist yet. So maybe they're in transit, or maybe they already sold, whatever it may be. Now this one is something you may want to consider. You know, I'm personally, I would get a red interior for the Durango. I'm gonna be making another video about the interior on the Durango because there's some important options that you guys need to get, and some other ones that are kind of funny and cool. Also, on a side note, this 10-inch Durango screen is way better than the 12-inch Ram screen. And the reason for that is because it is a horizontal 10-inch screen where you can actually use the entire screen for like Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, whatever it may be, right? The vertical, the portrait style Ram 12-inch screen only lets you play Apple CarPlay on the top. So it's practically useless. It just turns the bottom half of your screen into like climate control, but it's touchscreen, so it's infuriating. But that's just my opinion. Now, let's see if there's any red interior Durango SRTs, but I'm telling you guys, I mean, there's a couple SRT 392s out there, but it is not, I mean, Dodge production right now is hurting bad. So if you're planning to put an order in, I would seriously consider checking to see if a car already exists and you can try to buy it off the lot. This is a pretty tough Durango to look at, in my opinion. White with blue stripes on a Durango doesn't really fit the mold for me, but I mean, that's just me. Let's see. I mean, yeah, folks. I mean, it's slim pickings out there. Having a tough time finding some decent Durangos. I mean, here's a 2020. This is one that I may consider if I were you guys. Now, it doesn't have the upgraded rims. Let's check the interior real quick, but oh, it's got the red interior. Let's go. Yep. This is a real winner here, folks. Now, it does have the older style screen, so if you really want that 10-inch screen, you would be forfeiting that for a little bit of the older, like receded 8.4-inch screen. But this one does have the nice red interior, and it's pretty heavily discounted. I mean, it's $6-7 grand off, not too bad. This one is in Indiana, so I mean, something to consider, guys. But it's got the adaptive cruise on it, not too bad. Got the Jeep gauges. It's got the normal Uconnect screen, which does the job in my opinion. I mean, I think it's all right. Big fan of the red interior, but you know, this isn't updated, so if you want a nicer updated interior, I would definitely go with the 2021, folks. Ooh, this is good looking one right here. We'll finish it off with this one. White with red interior is certainly my kryptonite. That is what I ordered for my spec for my 2021 REDEYE that is taking over 5 months to get here. Thank you, Dodge. Check this one out. Boom. All right, let's check this out. All right. Now, the Durango, we got to talk about Durango wheels for a second. I'm not a huge fan of these Durango wheels. I think that they just really don't do it for me. They look a little soft in my opinion. Red interior though, 10 out of 10 would recommend. And then this one does not have the specific option, but look at that screen right here. Look at this updated interior. Taking a little bit of design language from the Challenger. Interesting, but really I do think they did a good mid-cycle refresh here with updating this interior. Really looks good. I do wish they would put more red around the interior, but I got to make another video on that. Backup camera improves a little bit. They got some rocker switches, got the launch button. That is very cool. They still got hard buttons too. Dodge does a good job about keeping hard buttons in vehicles. So, all right, guys. Well, with that being said, that's a video on the Durangos for you. Not just, not just your power dollars, not just me just talking about one thing or the other. We got a little bit of market analysis, we got a little bit of supply chain issues, and we got the deals that you guys may or may not be able to get. Again, I would recommend trying to find one on a lot if you want one within the next few months. If you put an order in, there is no telling with all the semiconductor shortages, with all of the logistical issues, and then just what else is going to happen in 2021, right? So it's taken me over 5 months to get my 2021 Dodge Charger HELLCAT REDEYE. So I'll try to pass the knowledge on to you guys so you don't waste a ton of time. Appreciate you tuning in. Please leave a comment below if this video did or did not help you out. I'm certainly willing to change the format of some of these, Durango or other videos. We got our format for the Challenger Charger videos already, but if you guys want me to go into some more Durango stuff or Ram Rebel TRX or whatever it may be, some Jeep stuff, I will certainly do so. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Check out WIDEBODYNation.com for all things Wide Body Nation. This is where we put all our resources. I just added an approved businesses section with the dealerships and other car businesses that I do enjoy working with. Obviously, this is a pretty new document, right? But it gets the job done. We got our got all types of stuff on here. We got make money with your car. We talk about Turo. I'm a Turo host. We've got some cars and coffee information down here with the cars and coffees I go to. We've got everything here. So that's realwidebodynation.com. Link below in the pinned comment and the description. Appreciate you tuning in. Stay safe out there, and I will see you for the next video.